Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be previewing this coming Saturday's meeting here in Darwin, which will be the 3rd of June. This meeting is the Adelaide River Cup fixture, but unfortunately for the second straight year, it is unable to be held at its traditional home due to the big wet in the top end earlier this year. However, all going well, and with a new date in August, let's hope we can be back next year at the river in 2024. The fields are still on the light side this week, with 42 acceptors in the 7 races and 4 5-horse fields. But I can assure you that within a week or two, this trend will turn around as more and more horses are produced in the lead up to the carnival, which of course starts as late as it possibly can on the 8th of July. The first of the 7 races on Saturday is at 1:51 p.m, so a little earlier start, while the last is timed to go at 5:20 p.m. In the first, the Fawcett Contracting Maiden Plate. It's over the 1200 metres, and my numbers are 4, 6 and 7. He went a good race last week, and he's backing up old mate Smithy, not my mate Smithy, old mate Smithy, number 4, trained by Kerry Petrick. He hadn't been in the top end long when he ran last week, and his second placing behind Layla's Wish I thought was really good, ridden by Paul Denton, who takes the mount again. He goes up in trip. I think that will certainly help him. I suppose the question mark is the quick backup from last week, but on the face of that run last week and in this maiden event, I think he's hard to beat, number 4. Ahead of 6, Slinky Star from the stable of Mark 9. Jade Hampson claims the 2 kilos here. Slinky Star won a couple of handy races in Alice Springs. 2 starts back, was 3rd to the smart Danaher, and I think on that run will be very competitive here. And in for 3rd, number 7, Tub Thumper. Shocking name, but Tub Thumper trained by Phil Cole. Wayne Davis aboard. A newcomer to Darwin, has had a few issues at the gates. Been to the trials a couple of times recently, got past just short of 2 weeks ago. So let's hope all goes well for Tub Thumper and she goes in. She's a 3-year-old filly. She's only had the 5 starts for 2 seconds and a third. So she's got ability, there's no doubt about that. First start in the top end. Let's hope it all goes well. I've got her in to run 3rd. Numbers in the first, 4, 6 and 7. The second's the Ulu Investments Handicap. This is the average benchmark sprint over the 1200 metres. It's an average benchmark 68. A field of 5 here, 4 of them trained by Gary Clark and 1 by Chloe Baxter. And my numbers here are 5, 3 and 1. Going with Chloe's horse, Swing with Junior, was a winner last week. On the 27th of May, of course, Jade Hampson rode on that occasion, won really, really well. That was in 0 to 70 company over this trip. So same trip again, and with Jade's 2 kilo claim, will carry 54.5 kgs, a half kilo less than it won with last week. So on weights and measures, you would say very hard to beat again, number 5, Swing with Junior. Up in grade, sure, but racing really well. It's looking for 3 in a row. In for second, number 3, Love Planet from the Gary Clark stable, as are all the others. Adam Nichols aboard. Good to see Chippy back in the top end for the next few months. Don't think he liked that cold down in Victoria, so he's back in the warm of the top end. Takes them out here on Love Planet. It's had just the 1 start in Darwin, dropping in trip, so that's probably not ideal. I didn't mind its first up run over 1300 when finishing 4th. I've got it in to run 2nd, and in for 3rd, its stablemate, or one of its stablemates, in Great Diviner. Mark Pegas takes them out on Great Diviner. He won a race in Alice Springs last Sunday, did Mark, and Great Diviner's run 2nd, its last 2 behind El Magnificent and Siakam, so racing well and deserves to be in the figures here. My numbers in the second, 5, 3 and 2. The third's the KTF Contracting and Livestock Haulage Handicap, another 1200 metre event. This one, the benchmark 54, and my numbers here are 2, 1 and 3. Super Famous, Adam Nichols takes them out here for Johnny Peacock. Johnny's not in the greatest of health just at the present time, so we wish him all the best and hope Super Famous can give him a bit of a pick-me-up. It was really good last time out here behind Pop Magic when finishing 3rd. On that occasion, drew 10. On this occasion has drawn 1. I think that'll be the key to his chances here, Super Famous, and I've got him on top. To beat number 1, Boogie Nights, the first of the Heather Lehman trained gallopers to have a run during this lead up to the carnival. Heather and Graham just arrived last week. And Paul Shires takes them out here on Boogie Nights. Has had a couple of wins from only 11 starts. One at Bordertown when last produced. That was on the 5th of March. So hasn't raced for a little while, but Heather will no doubt have it ready to go first up, you would think. And in for 3rd, number 3, Travanti. Last start winner in Alice Springs on day 4 of the carnival, trained by Kev Lamprick. Emma Lyons, who won on the horse in Alice, she takes them out again, and I've got that in to run 3rd. Numbers here, 2, 1 and 3. The fourth's the Go Wide Contracting Handicap. We move to the 1,000-metre barrier now. This for the 0 to 70 sprinters. Only a 5-horse field, but not a bad little lineup. And my numbers are 1, 2 and 3. Rising Sphere I've got on top here. He looked a rising star in the making last carnival when he won twice in sprint company. Hasn't raced since the 22nd of October. He's trained by Gary Clark and Jared Todd rides. He had a trial just under 3 weeks ago. It was a nice quiet trial, and he ran second to a rival in this race in Star Magnum. But I just thought with that run under the belt, he's been here before, he knows his way around, and I'm sure he's going to be very hard to beat, number 1. Ahead of Star Magnum, who beat him in the trial, ran a very good time of 51.17. They don't run much quicker than that for 900 metres. Emma Lyons rode on that occasion in the trial. She rides again, claims the 3. So the horse gets in with a nice weight of 56 kilograms, and from the inside gate will take plenty of catching. Star Magnum, it's a newcomer to the Phil Cole stable. And in for third, number 3, Canton Kid. He's racing well. He finished second here just a week ago behind Swinglet Jr. So if Swinglet Jr. comes out and wins the second, you'll know that Canton Kid will be very hard to beat in the 4th. And my numbers are 1, 2 and 3. In the 5th, the Norbuilt PTY Limited Handicap, also over 1,000 metres. This for the 58 gallopers. And our biggest field of the day here with 8 to go round. My numbers are 2, 4 and 1. He was impressive winning last start, fraction late. That was after 2 second placings for David Bates. Jade Hampson rode last time. Paul Shires goes back aboard. He was aboard the previous start when the horse was narrowly beaten. So a change of rider there. Obviously won't lose anything on the score of horsemanship with Shearsy aboard. And I think fraction late can go back to back. That last start win in Class 2 company was over at 1,200 metres. I don't think the 1,000 will worry fraction late. He's very speedy. In for second, number 4, Pop Magic, a last start winner trained by Ella Clark. Alice Lindsay rode on that occasion. She retains the mount. Dropping in trip, but that's probably the only question mark. But it was a good win last time at big odds. So looking to go back to back is Pop Magic. And in for third, Patriotic King, trained by Ella's dad Gary and Jared Todd aboard. This horse had a trial behind Star Magnum recently, and that was on the 16th of the 5th. So keep an eye out for Patriotic King. It should be another one to put its foot on the till in the coming weeks here. My numbers in the 5th, 2, 4 and 1. The 6th, the Adelaide River Post Office Store Trobus Handicap, this over a mile. Got 2 miles to finish the day. This for the 0 to 64 gallopers. My numbers are 3, 4 and 2. 3 on top here, Venting, from the stable of Kerry Petrick. Kerry's got 2 runners here, and they're both good chances. Venting hasn't raced since Alice Springs on the 17th of April. Finished third on that occasion behind the Alice Springs Cup winner, or the subsequent Alice Springs Cup winner in Write Your Name. And he had the 3 starts in Alice did Venting during the carnival for a first, a second and a third. He'll need to win some races, this horse, if Kerry wants to run him in the big upcoming middle distance features during the carnival, such as his rating. And I think he'll start off with a win here. Venting, number 3. To beat number 4, Sissel Pine, trained by Ella Clark, Jared Todd aboard. A second and a third, her last 2 over this trip. So yet to win at the mile, but certainly racing well. Was second the other day behind, third the other day behind Go Bundle. So backing up from last week. And in for third, number 2, Mangione, a stablemate of Venting. Casey Hunter aboard, ran second last time out in Alice behind Taipan Tommy. He subsequently came out and won the Tennant Creek Cup. So pretty good form lines there around Mangione. In the 6th, my numbers are 3, 4 and 2. And the day's features the last, this Ladbrokes Adelaide River Cup. 30,000 up for grabs over the 1,600 metres. A field of 5 to go around here. My numbers are 5, 1 and 4. I think Kerry Petrick can have a really good day. I've tipped her to win 3, and she's got my top selection here, Magnolia Rose. Paul Denton aboard. Last start winner here a fortnight ago was really good that day, and just looks a young horse with a real future. Down in weight, up in grade, but on the minimum here, 54 kilograms. Be very hard to beat, I think, number 5. Ahead of the obvious danger, number 1, Siakam. Conversely, he's the top weight. He's got 60 kgs. He's got to give 6 kilos to Magnolia Rose, so that's a big ask, but he's proven. Jared Todd aboard for Gary Clark. He's racing really, really well, Siakam, so he's the obvious danger to the lightweight. And in for third, number 4, Iron Edge. Alec Clark now has this horse in her stable. He's had 3 seconds and a third his last 4 starts, some of them in Alice and one here in Darwin. Just finds it hard to win, but he'll certainly be there or thereabouts, and you've got to have him in your multiples. Numbers in the Adelaide River Cup, 5, 1 and 4. I was unable to find a roughie for this meeting, but we've come up with 2 best bets. And they are race 6, number 3, Venting, race 6, number 3, Venting, and race 7, number 5, Magnolia Rose. So Kerry Petrick are our 2 best bets. She trains both horses in races 6 and 7. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk. We'll be back again next week for King's Birthday weekend racing here. I've never had to say that before. The King's Birthday meeting here in Darwin next week. And until then, good luck and good punting.